Hi.
Hi,
Hi.
Phil. Are we
Hello.
live? We're finally
Yeah.
live.
It
Lovely.
was.
I'm obviously Nav Tohan, and I find opportunities for private investors looking for investment opportunities, and I've asked Phil Martin to be here today so he could discuss with us, give us 5 tips to becoming a millionaire. So those tips that he gave us were
You've got six. Yeah.
1 to 6, sorry, 1 to 6. The number one is dream, and then you've got attitude, you've got systems to use, mentor, action, and then leverage. So before we go into these 6 tips, Phil, can you just tell our viewers who you are in the property world?
Okay. My name is Phil Martin. I've been in property since very early 2006. Acquired lots of property. Acquired lots of property companies. Been responsible for helping to draft regulations with the FSA. Often speak about designing new mortgage products. I help people with to enter the property industry at any level, basically. I feel that the property industry is absolutely brilliant because there's opportunities at all different levels for people, and I like to help them in that.
Okay. How long have you been helping people in the property industry?
Well, I've been involved since early 2006, so we're
Right.
looking at 8 years. But I did decide to take it quite big from the beginning, so I would say I've probably had as much experience as a lot of people would have in 20 or 30 years.
Lovely. Okay, so pretty well equipped really to give advice. So do you want to take us through the tips one by one? What do you mean by dream? Why should that be the number one tip?
Well, I think that everything starts with a dream, a goal or a vision. Everything that anyone's ever achieved in human history starts with a definite chief aim, a vision, a dream of what that person or that society wants to achieve. It's absolutely critical, okay? We often come across people who have no motivation, no get up and go because they haven't got a dream, okay? And yet, um, you know, that is the driving force between anyone who actually achieves anything is that dream and that clear focus of what they want to achieve, whether it's something for their families, overcoming something, whether it's something material,
Yeah,
home, car, whatever it is, or whether it's a lifestyle or being able to help other people. There has to be some burning desire that will get that person going.
that hunger.
Otherwise, yeah, otherwise people will already switch off and not even listen to this. You've got to have some kind of incentive or something that really means a lot to you.
Okay. How much would you say people need to sort of get started in property?
To get started in property, there
Mm.
are entry levels at every level, at lots of different levels. So if someone's got hundreds of thousands of pounds, they can do well in property, but probably not quite as well as someone who comes in and they've only got £5 or £10,000. And the reason why is the person with the less money has a lot more of an incentive to go out and make that money work and work and work, whereas the sophisticated person who's already saved up 100, couple of 100,000 to put in property, they'll be gradually acquiring properties over years and years and years, and
Mm.
won't necessarily be exploiting opportunities that are available to them in terms of adding value to properties, generating additional income through property transactions, splitting titles in development, etc. So I think that if someone's keen to acquire properties over a very long, gradual period of time to supplement the pension, then fine. You can start with a good amount of money, and you won't need to get very creative with it. And properties will serve you in good stead. But
Mm.
likewise, there's entry levels at all the different levels. If someone has got much less money, they can earn money through property, through the property industry.
Okay. So talk us through attitude.
Okay, attitude is a really important thing, and I've put it second only to the dream. Okay, because it's the
Mm.
differential between someone who thinks they can do something and someone who thinks they can't. Someone who will try and someone who won't try. someone who will support other people and believe in other people, or someone who will put other people down and think it's funny to be cynical and snidey and grumpy. Attitude is really, really critical, because no one can achieve a positive outcome with a definitely negative attitude and a negative expectancy. Okay, I mean, an example that occurred to me earlier: if 6 guys are walking down the lane, 5 of them have got a really negative attitude, and there's a big boulder in the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so those 5 people, they'll be like, "Oh, there's a boulder in the way. Well, let's turn around. We'll have to go back." One of them will say, "Oh, I really want to go and have my beer now and rest." But there'll be the one who says, "No, that's all right. We can do it together. I can see us. I can imagine us moving this boulder." And he'll see a broken bit of tree, and he'll pick the broken bit of, "Come on, guys, come on."
Yeah.
And grumpily they'll strop and moan, but those 5 guys, inspired by the person who's positive and has an upbeat attitude, they'll use that stick, they'll find a rock, they'll make a lever, and they'll move that giant boulder off of the path.
Yeah.
Because someone had a positive attitude, that he believed it would happen, he expected it to happen,
Yeah.
and he took action to make it happen.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, positive mindset. So talk me through tip number 3, which was system to use, or systems to use.
Yeah. I mean, a system or a path or a career or an opportunity, whatever it is. I mean, when we decided to do this hangout about 6 ways that people can become a millionaire, it occurred to me that not everyone's going to want to get into property. So as long as they've got a dream, as long as they've developed their attitude, and then they find a system or an opportunity that will work for them. Now, it could be network marketing, it could be internet stuff, it could be property, it could be loads of different businesses, but they have to have some system, path that they can use to spend their time and to develop to make the money that they need to become a millionaire. So a system's really important. Now, whether that you design your own system and decide to carve your own path through the jungle, taking years and years and years, and bearing in mind that 4 out of 5 new businesses fail over the first few years, you could decide to do that, or you can actually see, well, that part of the jungle has got a ready carved path. There's been people gone there before me. I'll go down that path with the systems and the processes, and that will be my career, and that's how I'll become a millionaire. So yeah, having a system or a plan or a business that you can exploit, or use is the
key, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, to either succeeding or not, as the case may be.
Yeah.
So and then you've got number 4, which is mentor. Why is it so important in property to have a mentor?
Well, I think generally in life, we start this life with a mentor or 2 mentors. And I think that throughout our life, we should be looking to have mentors. Now, some of us have got mentors who are historic characters, past people who have been successful, or fictional characters. But by far the greatest type of mentor is someone who is alongside you, supporting you, picking you up when you fall, giving you tips and techniques and strategies to help you in your chosen career path. So your mentor comes from the point 3, that career path. They've been there, they've done it, maybe they've got a couple of properties more than you, maybe they've been involved in negotiating a few more property deals than you, and they're your mentor. Now, I had a mentor at 19 years of age, 19, 20 years of age. I had a mentor and really helped me in my life, and that person became a role model. And I often think back to, if I hadn't had that guidance, what would have happened? And it's been the same in property. I was able to benefit from a good number of mentors in my early days, learnt so much through the education that's available, and went on lots of workshops and things, and had a number of mentors that I could just say, well, when you come up to a tricky situation, how would that person handle it? How would he handle it, or how would she handle it? And it just gives you that kind of strength behind you, knowing someone's on your shoulder. And
confidence gives you that confidence that you're going to be able to make a difficult decision. And in some cases, I think that when you get to that hurdle, if you are unable to make the decision, you can almost be paralyzed from making a decision or sort of going any further.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point. A lot of people are paralyzed not not by the fear of success,
Mm.
but the fear of making a mistake. It
Mm.
just stops so many people dead in their tracks that they don't want to get it wrong.
Mm.
If you have got a mentor that can, then they'll say to you, go and try it, make
Mm.
mistakes,
Mm.
get it wrong, because
Mm.
that's the fastest way you'll learn,
Mm.
especially if you're financially incentivized. If
Mm.
you've got, if you've got some money riding on a project, you're even more incentivized to make it happen. So,
Mm.
it's nothing wrong with making a few mistakes, but having a mentor that can just point you in the right direction will
Mm.
be amazing.
Mm.
I would liken it to, if we've got a map and we want to drive from London to the Angel of the North in the northeast, we'll say,
Mhm.
you can know that you're going to drive from London to the Angel of the North. But if you don't have a map of how to get there, all you know is you've got to drive north. You've got to ask a few people, and somehow, hopefully, over the course of a year, you might find the Angel of the North.
Or you might not.
Or you might not. But now we have a map, and the map is our mentor. And the
Yeah.
map we can refer to actually says, well, all you need to do is go around the M25, you go up the A1M, you stay on it for a long, long time, stop at the
Mhm.
services, blah, blah, and turn right here, turn left there, keep going up, and you're at the Angel of the North in however long, 3.5 hours or whatever it is.
Mm.
So that is what the mentor is. The mentor is the guidance and the map at all the different points, because without that, you could easily turn left on the M25 or right on the M25 and end up in Bath or Bristol before you end up at the Angel of the North. So you go in all different directions and waste a huge amount of time and a huge amount of petrol, i.e. money,
Yeah.
around trying to figure it out for yourself. Why would you
Yeah.
try to figure it out for yourself if you've got people available who will help you and
Yeah.
save you a lot of money and time?
Yeah, I think it's sort of the same as like if you were, if you wanted to be a doctor, you just don't get to just be a doctor. You have to go and study and become a doctor, and then obviously after years of training, then you're a specialist in being a doctor. Same with say meditation. If you want to be, you want to learn how to meditate, you don't understand it, then you're going to have to go to a specialist who can teach you how to do it properly, and then you'll obviously benefit from it. So I guess, yeah, having a mentor or a guide, I think that we all have had one in our past to sort of get us to where we want to be, whether that's sort of personally or professionally.
That's a really good analogy. I saw on a forum the other day someone actually made a really valid point, which is you don't go and teach yourself to drive. The
Sure.
first thing you do when you want to learn to drive quickly and legally is you actually pay a professional driving instructor to teach you how to drive.
Yeah.
And and that's what it is really. It's having that
Mm.
driving instructor sitting next to you until such time as you're ready to drive yourself on your own and you passed your test and you're all
Mm.
legal and insured and everything else.
Okay. And then you've got fifth, which is action. Talk us through the action.
Yeah, action's really, really critical, isn't it? And
Yeah.
it's we can have all of these great ideas and we've got our dreams in front of us. We know what we want to achieve. We've got a
Yeah.
wonderful attitude. We sit there, we're saying the right things to ourselves. We're going to achieve this. We're going to achieve this. And you've got your mentor spurring you on to do it, and you're in the right business system to achieve. You've seen people
Yeah.
achieve, and you know you can achieve. But
Hmm.
the biggest obstacle in our life is our own front door. If you don't get out there and take some action and in property, for example, make some offers on property and get some offers rejected and accept no's, and if you don't do those sort of things, you can't actually achieve anything, because it's not going to fall down through the sky like some weird Santa Claus come through the chimney.
Mm.
Success will not go after you. Success
Mm.
will not catch you. You've got to go after it. Action
Mm.
is critical. But alongside action, there's another benefit that most people don't realise,
Mm.
and I've seen this where I've been tutoring people over the years and where I've been helping them with cases. Action accelerates learning
Mhm.
without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, science proves it as well. If you
Yeah.
just learn the theory of something, you could sit and read the highway code till you're blue in the face, but it doesn't teach you how to drive. You have
Mm.
to physically go out there. I remember my driving instructor when I first started driving. I was shocked. I came out of school, sixth form school, and I was shocked because he was sitting in the passenger seat. It's like, what? I
Mm.
haven't even driven before.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're driving. You
Yeah.
didn't sit there and give me hours and hours of lessons before I even got in the car. Action was the thing.
Yeah.
Because when you take the action, then you learn and learn and learn, and it accelerates your learning so massively. You can go back to your mentors and say, well, that didn't work too well. How would I do it different next time? And then
Yeah.
they can explain to you how to improve your results and get more and better at stuff. So action's important. No good taking all the education in the world. I know lots of people who've gone on 20 or 30 property courses, and all the manuals are beautifully lined up on the shelves, and the DVDs are sitting there, not quite unwrapped out of the cellophane. It's no good. What a waste. And the people
No.
running workshops will be gutted to find that out, because they want people to take the knowledge and the
Yeah.
information and go and do it.
Yeah. I think it's the sort of analysis paralysis, you know.
And it becomes a habit, you see. You're absolutely right, Nav, because it takes 30 days to make or break a habit.
Yeah.
So you've just got to commit to something for 30 days, and
Yeah.
that's it. Who you is created physically.
Yeah.
This new habit of taking action. The mentors that have written the property manuals and internet marketing manuals and all sorts of other manuals, they poured their hearts and souls into these manuals in great detail. You can find about what to print, what to say on a phone call. Everything you need to do is there, and yet most of us, we buy the manual and we read it once, and then we don't even always get on with it. Whereas if we follow that step by step by step and take the action,
Yeah.
it's what the mentors would want in the first place.
I think having a mentor sort of helps, because once you've sort of learned, what steps you need to take,
Yeah.
and if you get that analysis paralysis, which a lot of us do, it's the fear, isn't it? A fear of going and just doing it, and what if we hit an obstacle? Having a mentor to sort of hold your hand is, it gives you that extra confidence.
It sure does. I mean, I used to call a mentor of mine my tormentor, because he wouldn't accept no for an answer. He would torment me. I'd come up with another excuse. He said, "What's the excuse for today?" "I've got 6 excuses written down for you. Just tell me what number it is."
Yeah.
So he was my tormentor, but it was what I needed.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So, talk me through leverage, because I'm not sure about what you mean by leverage.
Leverage. No, it's
Yeah.
I put leverage as the 6th tip
Yeah.
to becoming a millionaire, because it's really hard to become a millionaire working for an hourly rate. In fact, I would argue that it's almost impossible.
It's probably impossible.
So, and we all hear things of get rich quick, but if you get rich quick in your lifetime, that's quicker than most people. 95% of people don't end up rich. They don't end up very well off at all. And the reason is because the system they are following doesn't give them any leverage whatsoever.
Yeah.
Okay. But what we need to do is be involved in something that is bigger than ourselves. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, what I found years ago in one of my earlier companies was, if I was going out working, I could achieve 7 or 8 hours of productive work in a day. When I took 2 other staff on, I was suddenly able to break the time barrier, and the 3 of us, we could work 24 hours in a day. Okay, because there's 3 people working, so I'd leverage myself. When I got 10 people out, and they were all working 7 or 8 hours a day, I was actually working 70 hours a day. Well, it becomes pretty impossible, but my business was getting results from 70 hours a day. And then you magnify that further and say, well, if you've got 20 or 30 properties out there, that is giving you income streams which a single individual person wouldn't normally have the capacity to do. So leveraging your time is really important. I mean, there's other ways to leverage, which I won't spend all the time going through now, but you can leverage your money. For example, in property, it's perfect. Every £1 that you put down in property, you can go and buy £4 or £5 worth of property with it, and you benefit from all of the capital growth.
Yeah.
So you can have £1 million portfolio, but you may only have 200,000 of your own money in it.
Yeah.
But when that property portfolio is worth 2 million, when it's doubled in however long it's going to be, 12, 15 years, whatever, the bank still only wants the 800,000 of mortgage debt. So suddenly your 200,000 capital has become 1.2 million in equity or cash if you sell out. So that's leverage, and it's so powerful, and just like the power of compounding your money. You know, interest on interest on interest.
Yeah.
Leverage is a two-edged sword. It can go the other way as well. Positive leverage is really important. But if you follow those 6 tips, and I suggest anyone take the time to just listen to this again. I think it's going to be really useful for people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's been like absolutely fantastic to sort of understand from your point of view, how us mere mortals can become millionaires. So the next video that we're going to be doing is going to be on your course, Millionaires Together. Do you want to just talk us through a little bit about why you put Millionaires Together as a course? And
thanks, Nat. Millionaires Together has been something I've been wanting to do since early 2010. So this is a project that's been 4.5 years in the making.
Yeah.
And I didn't do it because I was so busily focused on other areas of my life and other companies, and I buy and sell companies as well as businesses, etc., as well as properties rather. So it's Millionaires Together. I just came up with this concept and wanted to create something where there is a close-knit, intimate team of people that are moving on a journey of success together as a team.
Yeah.
But all independent and all being successful individually as well.
Yeah.
So I won't go into great detail now if we're going to do another hangout, but I've priced it very, very, very affordable for people, so that it's very open and accessible to anyone who is willing to do the 6 things that we just talked about. Anyone who's going to have a dream, get a good upbeat attitude, listen to a teacher, follow through with action on it, and leverage their time and money, then Millionaires Together could really, really be for them. Because that's the point. It's an income replacement program and an asset building program. It's got 2 elements to it. So we'll be teaching people how to build a portfolio of assets and replace any job income within 12 months of working part-time.
Can you just
fun and exciting.
Can you just tell us quickly how much that's going to cost?
Do you want me to? Because you probably won't believe me.
Probably not. But
okay.
It's me something quite extortionate.
Well, okay. Normally, for a course that's monthly sessions over the course of a year, you're looking at 12 individual workshops.
Yeah.
Rich, weekly webinars, hangouts, or teleconferences, private forum to discuss deals, and a lot of hand-holding and a lot of support, whatever level that someone is at. In fact, I think there's a testimonial or something for you to...
There is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link the testimonial underneath this video.
Great, thank you.
And then we'll have another hangout maybe tomorrow, and we'll talk more in depth about your program. But for now, how much is it going to cost everybody?
Okay, I wanted to refer to that because what that chap said was that it's something that's perfect for people at entering the property industry at any level, whether they're expert level or whether they're brand new, just looking to get started.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that, although we're starting on this journey in Millionaires Together,
yeah,
so much depth of knowledge and big general overview strategies, but specific niche strategies as well, that the value is huge. And one would think, actually, you could probably say it's almost priceless. Someone could potentially say, well, if you mentor me for a year, I'll give you 50% of everything I earn for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
And would that be too much to ask if they're going to be making millions?
No, I don't think it is really. And I know that there are a lot of courses out there that are unaffordable for us mere mortals.
Okay. I actually joined a mentorship program when I first started in property, and it was a similar concept. 1 session a month for 12 months, and forum and manual and stuff like that. And I got so much out of it. The networking alone was superb, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And at the time, the price seemed like quite a bit of money to me. I think it was almost £4,000. But there are now, the market's moved on, and there are now mentorship programs that go up to all levels, and I do think they're all really good value. But however, the money isn't the most important thing for me for this one. This program is about building a team of people and being able to help them share all of my knowledge and experience. So I've only priced it, and I'll cut through all the. I was going to say, to keep a long story short, but it's a bit late for that. So I've priced it at 1997, so less than £2,000
for the year.
For the year, for everything, including lunches. I know.
What?
I know. So it's amazing. Basically, look, the price for Millionaires Together is a token commitment. Okay.
Yeah.
It's most important that it's not just the money. People have their dream and they follow the instructions and follow through and take action, and then we're going to be successful together. We're going to win together.
Yeah.
And that's what's really important. Yeah. So it's less than £2,000 right now.
Which works out to be, sorry, how much monthly? Is it one?
I think it's less than £170 a month for 12 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I want people to do well. I
Yeah.
know I can help people, and we do deals together and those kind of things. It's going to be amazing. Being able to show people from a standing start just how much money they can make in property, and how many assets they can get, but within a 1 year of focused effort.
Yeah.
It will just be brilliant.
Yeah, it's nice because it's intimate. It's an intimate group, and being handheld as well, which obviously we've discussed about the importance of having a mentor in this business. Obviously, I think it's just an amazing price. So I think we'll stop the call for now and then come back and do another hangout tomorrow, in which we can discuss why your course is different from others.
Okay, that's great now. Thank
you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time today. We're going to live stream this now. Okay. So, and obviously the feedback for the course and about you will link in the bottom of the box below. And if anybody's interested in coming to the course, then obviously put your details in the box below. So Phil or I can get in touch with you. And if there are any questions as well, please feel free to put any of the questions below so we can come back to you.
Brilliant.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.